and happy Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. It's your girl, Milagros here, and today, during the month of March, we're talking about connecting, and so today, specifically, we're going to talk about connecting to our greater purpose, because I do get a lot of emails, and I do get a lot of topic suggestions when people sign up for my mailing list, asking me, how do I discover my purpose? So I did get a couple over the past couple of weeks, and I decided it's time. We're going to connect to this idea of a greater purpose. And I want you to first take a deep breath with me and release any idea of what you think purpose is supposed to be. Because we've been bamboozled. Okay, true story. The truth of the matter is, I believe that we all have the same purpose. And that is to live our lives in such a way that we become a living example, right? Our greatest teaching tool becomes our lives, of how to make a positive impact in the world or in someone's world. That's it. That's our purpose. And then when we complicate it and we say, oh, I need to figure out what the one job is that I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to fulfill my purpose. No. It evolves and it changes. How we do that evolves and changes over time, because we evolve and change over time, right? The things that I enjoyed doing when I was 9, I didn't necessarily enjoy doing when I was 29. And the things that I enjoyed when I was 29, I don't necessarily enjoy doing now, right? Because I'm evolving and changing over time. So as I evolve and change, so does how I deliver my purpose. Stay with me. If the overarching purpose is that we make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, we're living our lives to the full, we are an actual example of love and peace and joy and appreciation, and then we go out into the world and we create a positive impact, that means that we can do that everywhere we go. It doesn't just become like my job is my purpose. No. Sometimes your children are your purpose. And then when you're not with your children, it's your connections with your friends. And when you're not with your friends, it's what you do for work. And when you're not at work, it's the way you talk to people at the supermarket. It's whether or not you're giving people the finger over a parking spot in a parking lot just because you're in a rush, right? You are fulfilling your purpose at all times that you are living and breathing, not just when you're doing one specific thing. So when we think of it like that, it feels like, okay, I can do that everywhere. I can do that when I'm driving. I can do that at the store. I can do that at my job. I can do that at home. I can fulfill my purpose everywhere. And again, let's take it from the top. We have to be the living example, which means that it is really important that we make sure that we're taking time for ourselves so that we can give from our overflow, right? So if I know, or my belief rather, is that my life purpose is to be a living example, I'm going to make sure that I don't just talk about self-care and self-love. I actually practice it consistently. I don't just talk about the importance of reading and education, but I'm actually always taking a class or reading something, right? So we don't just talk about it, we actually are doing it, and we're the living example of it. So that way when we run into someone and we say, oh, you know, it worked for me, this, and they go, oh, really, that worked for you? Yeah. And I'm not just saying it because I heard it somewhere, I'm saying it because this is a true story. This is how I keep my joy. This is how I keep my happiness. This is how I keep my peace. This is what I do. This is how I go through my day, and I'm in a wonderful space for 98% of my day. This is how I do it. So it doesn't have to be this one thing. And when we allow ourselves to let go of this idea that it has to be this one way, then we allow ourselves to move into our purpose every minute of every hour of every day of the rest of our lives. And then we become a living testimony of our purpose, not just like my purpose was to do this job or to do this type of work. Because the other thing is, there are people who will have an idea of what it is that they want to do, and they think they tie their entire purpose into that one thing. And then when that one thing is no longer available, they feel like they've completely lost themselves and their purpose in life. Well, honey, that's because you put all your eggs in one basket. And they weren't meant to all be put there. They were meant to be spread throughout your entire life. And when we do that, super sparkly everything. Super sparkly everything. So join me in this belief that purpose is something that's this greater overarching idea that we can take care of ourselves and self-love and self-care, give from our overflow, make a positive impact in the world by our example and by how we act and treat other people. And we can do that everywhere and anywhere we go, because it's not just tied into one thing. It's in everything that we do. And that really is the essence of a super sparkly life, right? Because it's your life. It's not super sparkly minute, it's super sparkly life. It's not super sparkly job, it's super sparkly life. And that's how we do that. We sprinkle that all throughout. So that's what I have for you. I hope that this was helpful in kind of simplifying and making it so that it's just one tangible nugget, right? Just eat that up, yummy, yummy, and just enjoy it, because then you can start moving into your life and fully living. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who could use it, please share it. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. And at the end of the video, you'll see my website so you can sign up for my mailing list. Hope you have a great rest of your week and a fantastic, super sparkly weekend.